Hi guys, it's Maven. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is super easy and simple. We're just doing an unboxing to reveal the books that I chose for the book of the month. I have two book of the month subscriptions, one for the YA and one for adult. Because like I have said before, I do love lots of different varieties of books. So this month was really exciting when I got onto the book of the month website on the 1st and found several of the books that I've actually been waiting for and interested in, and I just can't wait to show you guys what I chose. So here's I think this is the YA book of the month box, which is as simple. I love boxes. I really do. I use them to organize a whole bunch of things. I use them for gifts and presents, and I love to reuse them and send them to other people with wonderful books inside. But let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you what I chose this month. Okay, this is always a challenge, trying to get into the boxes without breaking them. Alright, I think I almost got it. Okay, I did. I got it. I got the box open, if you can't tell what the first book is already. I'm just so excited. Okay, so in Owl Crate this last month, we got a little spoiler card. Not really a card as much as like a little sneak peek of The Beautiful by Renee Ahdieh. And I was just so excited about it that when I saw the book of the month had the book, there was no getting around it. I had to go ahead and pick up The Beautiful by Renee Ahdieh, and I'm just so excited. I am definitely already kind of like stretching it with my TBR this month. But I'm going to add this to my TBR because I think this is a great book. It's about vampires. It's about New Orleans. I think it's going to be fun and exciting. Kind of gives me some good vibes, Vampire Diary-ish vibes. We'll see. I think it might be historical a little bit. I actually have no idea. Yeah, it is historical, 1872. So, this is exciting. Okay, anyways, let's move on and control myself, control it. The next book I got is Fireborn, and this one is by Rosaria Munda, and this has been on my TBR. I don't even remember what it's about. I just know that it's been on my TBR basically since I discovered it months ago as being a new release this year. So it's got to do with dragons. I love dragons. It's a fantasy book. I'm super excited about it. On the back it says, "Today it begins. Today we will rise." It's just, it kind of gives me the idea of like Game of Thrones. We will see how well it compares to that. So excited about this book. Both of them are pretty big, like good sized books, not like super huge, but decent sized books. So those were my YA picks. And I was considering getting another YA pick that they had, and I almost did it. However, I decided not to because I try to limit myself to picking only 2 books from Book of the Month from each of my subscriptions. And so I was like, okay, I can just relax, and maybe next month there will only be 1 book I want and I'll be able to get this other book. But surprisingly, when I logged into my adult account, they had that book available for the adult pick of the month as well. So I'm going to show you if I can get this open. It is a historical fiction, which I do love a good historical fiction every once in a while, and I haven't read one in a while, so I think this is going to be fantastic. And here's the opening of my box. I got an adult. Oh man, that book is kind of big. I got an adult fantasy, which is actually looks pretty slim for an adult fantasy, and that is Fate of the Fallen by Kel Cade. I want to say, oh, that Kel Cade was a man, but she's not. This one's an interesting pick. I chose this one because I do love like adult fantasy. And it seemed like a pretty easy read, so I went ahead and got this. But basically, I think it's a turn story. Like, there's this hero and he's ready to go off in the world, and he has this sidekick who's a good friend of his, decides to go with him. But on their journey, they fail miserably, and the hero is not the hero of the story, and the sidekick stands up and has to turn around and choose to become the hero, which is kind of an interesting idea in theory. Just imagine, like, Lord of the Rings, if, like, Samwise stood up and had to be the one to be the hero of the story. Could you imagine Samwise? That would be, I mean, there is a point where Samwise does become like a hero figure, but he's still the sidekick. This one is like sidekick turns actual like hero, which I think is kind of a fun little theme. I don't know how it's gonna be, but my expectations are pretty high. I hope they're met. So this is one of the books I picked up, and the second book that I picked up is the YA book that I wanted, and it is by Ruta Sepetys. Oh wait, Sepetys. I'm not sure. I do adore you though as an author, Ruta. Anyways, it's The Fountains of Silence, and it is a YA historical fiction, and it's basically about a young man who goes to Spain. No, it's Italy or Spain. It is Spain. A young man who goes to Spain on vacation with his parents and discovers a whole interesting political realm, meets this girl, and the story unfolds from there. I think it's going to be great. It's kind of a thick book. I'm sure that it will be a very great read. I've heard great things about it, so that is my choice. So 4 books to add to my collection, 4 books to add to my future TBRs. I'm not sure when I'll get to them all, but I got The Fountain of Silence, Fate of the Fallen, The Beautiful, which I'm going to make sure I get to this today. Not today. I meant this month. And then Fireborn as well. So that is really exciting. And I got myself my 2 little bookmarks from Book of the Mark, which I was running low on bookmarks, so it's always great to get some bookmarks in. And that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will let you know how those books turned out as I finish reading them. Bye, guys.